After the failure of an update that was 2.4, the From the Depths development team seems to have made a complete 180-degree turn in terms of how they are handling the community. With an increased amount of activity on various websites such as Reddit, YouTube, and their own forums, the From the Depths team seems to be kicking up more interaction with the community, actively fixing bugs, taking feedback, and cleaning up a few messes. When Update 2.4 initially hit, it was April 2nd. If it wasn't for the massive joke update Hikari and I had spread around the day before, on April Fool's Day, this wouldn't have been a problem. Some people thought that the real update was another bad joke, and others thought that the joke update was a real update. Nobody knew what was going on, and nobody outside of the dev team expected the update to actually drop the day after. It went from the whole community laughing to the whole community scared and confused overnight. With only a list of patch notes to go off of, the community was thrown into darkness, with broken vehicles, game-breaking bugs, and weird new features scattered around all over the place. Alright, so first of all, I don't think 2.4 was a bad update. I think the timing of it was absolutely terrible, and the devs should have waited a few days, but the update itself is fantastic. 2.4 introduced an expansion to all construction blocks, an expansion of the new user interface, and a complete rework to the AI, making it easier to customize or even mod yourself. Although it was a great update, it did come at a price, which should have been communicated a little better to the community. Many players were thrown off when they hopped into FTD, only to see their aircraft broken and their wheels reset. It's a bit unnerving to walk into a toy shop and see the shells kicked in and the teddy bear strangled. Apart from the intended sacrifices to be taken in 2.4, there were a few major bugs that stopped many players, like myself, from even being able to fix some of their vehicles. And then they released 2.4.3. This update was to catch some things that didn't make it into the obviously rushed 2.4 release, such as a few key AI behaviors, various multiplayer fixes to 2 deep-water guard ships including the Marauder, because the 2.4 update made them do backflips, and one that I personally requested, mirrored wheels. Thanks, Nick. If 2.4.3 seemed like a step in the right direction for you, you're in for a treat.
Hi everyone, I'm just going to make a quick video about the new AI features that are in the new dev test of From the Depths, which is going to be going stable shortly. I'm going to be focusing on this vehicle I built, which is basically trying to hover around. It can go on land, it can go in the air, it can go in the water, kind of. And its purpose is just to follow waypoints around. So if I give it a waypoint,
moving out,
it should kind of be able to...
Yes, that's an official update video. Yes, that's Nick, the big man himself. The Scottish Jesus that gave us boats so that we can all walk on water. Then the very next thing they did completely changed how I see From the Depths.
Hi everyone, just going to make a quick video about the 2.4.4 dev test, which is going to be launched in stable shortly. So in 2.4.4 we've added a number of things, fixed a lot of bugs, and what I'm going to talk about in this video is firstly the new annotation system. Secondly, I'm going to talk a bit more about how to use this kind of interface to connect up equipment. And finally, I'm going to give you a little hint for building sailing ships, which I figured out yesterday.
Welcome to Update 2.4.4. Just like Update 2.4, Nick just kinda slapped us with it. However, 2.4.4 doesn't add a ton of new features. This update cleans up the mess that 2.4 made. Well, there was one new feature that was added: annotations. Annotations appear in build mode or whenever you pause time with F11. You can modify them by pressing the V key and accessing the annotation menu. Nick, can we just get a show annotations toggle hotkey, like a button? Something to bind, a key binding for it? That'd be great, thanks. And when did screenshots automatically remove your heads-up display? This is really annoying, actually, for this update specifically, since you can't take screenshots of the annotations. Or your HUD. Nick, please. Anyway, the rest of the update mainly includes bug fixes. They fixed a few bugs that were breaking multiplayer servers and fixed some ACB to PID interactions that just weren't working. Now, I personally only need ACBs to be able to affect the drive fraction of spin blocks to get my F-29s working again, my new VTOL fighter. It's still in the corner. Broken. So get hyped for that coming to Steam Workshop whenever that gets fixed. So praise Nick. Thank you, Nick. Having fixed some things wrong in From the Depths and bringing the game to equilibrium, it's now up to the devs and Nick to push the game in the right direction. Hopefully FTD lives up to the great potential that we all see in it. And to help you guys out on that journey, I'm gonna end the video on a short list of bugs and whatnot. Anyway, I hope you all have a buoyant day.
Why? Why? Why?